Hi, this is Jacob Cole. I'm with the church I go to, which is Wake Up Church, and I have a supernatural proof story. I was driving down the road one day and I saw a license plaque in the back of a car, and the license plate said 1279. And so I looked at the numbers and I said, Holy Spirit, is it important that I look at these numbers? And he said, yes. So I said, okay, well, 127 are my favorite numbers, a new beginning of learning or sharing to someone about Jesus Christ. And 9 is supernatural gifts. There's 9 gifts of the Holy Spirit in 1 Corinthians 12, and there's 9 fruit of the Holy Spirit in Galatians 5. And so I figured I said, God, what do I expect? What should I expect? And he says, you're going to see 3 cool things. And I was like, okay. So the first cool thing, I'm out at Duck Creek in Garland, walking through the woods, and I blinked my eyes. And when I blinked my eyes closed, I saw the numbers 127 on the inside of my eyelid in multicolor, every color of the rainbow. And then when I opened my eyes, it left. And I was like, that's pretty cool. That's number one. Secondly, I'm standing still, totally still, not moving, not pivoting my body or anything. And I'd always wondered in past years, at the age of maybe 12, I tore my knee, tore all the ligaments and tendons in my knee. And on jumping a bicycle, my brother set the ramp up too high, and I landed on the pedal and tore all the ligaments and tendons in my knee. Rode home, walked on it for 3 days to school, and then they did a draw on my knee, and it was all blood, and I had problems. So what the doctor did in order not to go through the growth plate, because I was shorter at this time, was to go through, have a pin, a screw go through my femur bone and wrap all the ligaments and tendons through my femur bone to hold them together. I've always wondered how it works on a daily basis. How do I actually not end up popping my knee out of joint because of this, and I've never understood it. But I was told that if I was more than 6 feet tall, then I'd have to get reconstructive knee surgery with my right knee, and I've never done that. So I'm standing absolutely still, and my knee pops out of joint, waits 3 seconds, and then goes back into joint, and there's pain. Well, that was my second confirmation, because now I know how my knee works. God breaks my knee work. And I rely on him, and he takes care of my knee. Thirdly, we go to a pool hall afterwards, and we're playing pool, and there was the 8 ball was in the corner, and like 4 or 5 balls came in the shape of a triangle and stopped us from hitting the 8 ball in. And then we hit the cue ball one time at those balls, and they turned into a square. Stuff like that doesn't normally happen, and I name that a supernatural uh, proof story. And so in my database, I'm adding a supernatural proof stories category. And if you have received anything that you saw supernaturally, whether it be healing, discernment, a mountain move because you told it to, whatever it is that you do on a daily basis or semi-daily, and when you see it happen, share it as a story. It doesn't have to be long, and it'll encourage people to know Christ. Talk to you later. God bless. Bye.